All right, hello everybody. This is Todd Getz from toddandleahray.com, and in this video we want to talk to you about how to start an Amazon business. This is one of the things that we are actually getting really excited about. There's a lot of people making a bunch of money just building businesses right on Amazon through Amazon FBA. So in this video I just wanted to give you a broad overview of exactly what Amazon FBA is, all the steps involved, and how you can get started ASAP. Now, before we dive into this, I just want to give you a quick reminder to subscribe to our channel for more training like this. We'll be doing a lot more Amazon FBA training as well as other types of online businesses. But go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the little bell so you get the notification whenever we come out with a new video. So go ahead and click that subscribe button to subscribe now. So what is Amazon FBA? Well, if you've been on Amazon at all, you've probably noticed this little thing that says fulfilled by Amazon. Whenever you're buying a product, you'll see sold by, and then it'll give you a company, and then it'll say fulfilled by Amazon. And basically what that means is that there's someone else that is manufacturing the product, right? There's another company that manufactures the product, and then they ship the product directly to Amazon, and then Amazon is actually the one that sells and ships the product. Okay, and they just charge the manufacturer of that product a fee. And this is what we call FBA, or fulfilled by Amazon. So why Amazon FBA? Why is this something that you might want to consider doing? One of the things we really like about this is that it's a very predictable way to make money online. Okay, when you follow a blueprint. You don't want to just go about this blind, kind of not knowing what you're doing and doing everything by trial and error. You definitely want to follow a plan that, follow the people who've already had success. And when you do that, it's actually a very predictable way to make money online. Amazon does $233 billion in sales per year and makes up 49.1% of all online retail sales. They have over 310 million active customers, 90 million Prime members. 55% of people say that they check Amazon for products first. Now, the point of all these statistics is not to bore you, but to show you how much of an opportunity there is if you can get a product on Amazon to sell. You already have a huge audience of people who are ready to buy. Right? They are on Amazon because they want to buy. And if you've got a product there that is selling well, you're making just automatic sales. Okay, and that's the beauty of Amazon FBA. When you're doing fulfilled by Amazon, okay, Amazon actually manages a lot of the logistics for you. Okay, a lot of the things that would scare us away from doing any sort of an e-commerce thing, we don't want to have to manage inventory. We don't want to fill our garage full of products and then be making trips to the post office every day to ship stuff out and process orders and all that stuff. Okay, we don't want to have to deal with that. With Amazon FBA, Amazon does all of that stuff for you. The warehousing, the sales process, the shipping, the returns, blah, 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 all that stuff. Profit margins for Amazon FBA is still pretty good. It's around 30 to 50% when you find a good product. And there are a ton of great products out there, a lot of low-hanging fruit that you can source and have shipped to Amazon, and you're just making 30 to 50% profits on every single sale. The other beauty of this is that when you build an Amazon business, okay, even if all you do is you sell on Amazon, that's a business that you can sell. Okay, that's a business that you could someday walk away from and come away with a 7 or 8 figure paycheck, and that is your beach money. Okay, that is when you make your beach money, is when you actually sell your business and you don't have to do that daily grind anymore. And building a business on Amazon is one of the best, if not the best way to do that right now. So let's get into this. What is the very first step? So the first step is you want to do some good product research. Okay, you don't want to just put any old product out there, and you don't want to have to just make a guess as to what you think might sell. And so finding a product, okay, that has a good amount of sales volume and also low competition is really what you want to look for. Okay, you don't want to come up with something brand new that you don't know if it's going to sell. What you want to do is look at what's already on Amazon and what people are already buying. Okay, and if you find a product like that and you see that there's a good number of sellers that are making profits with something like that, then that's something that you may want to consider sourcing and selling on Amazon as well. Okay, and if you look at the screenshot at the very bottom of the screen here, this is just some information on the top selling barbecue gloves. Okay, these are the top 6 gloves that are selling on Amazon right now. And you can see that every single one of them is doing 20,000 plus in sales per month. And if you figure you can get as much as a 50% profit margin on that, from one product, you are making $10,000 a month in profits. Now, what you want to do here is you want to look for the low-hanging fruit. Okay, you don't necessarily want to go for the biggest whale. You don't, but you also want to stay away from stuff that just has such low sales volume that you're going to struggle to make a profit, right? You want to make sure that the time and effort and money that you put into this is going to be worth it. So what we use, there's a bunch of third-party tools out there that'll give you this type of information. You know, the information that you see in the screenshot below. But this is the information that you want to gather when you're considering sourcing a product. So things that we look at when we're looking at exactly what type of product to source, we're looking at the bestseller rank. Okay, we don't want anything that's too high in ranking, because if it has too high of a rank, if there's a bunch of products that are really high in rank, then that's an indicator that it's too competitive, right? We're going to struggle to be competitive even if there is a lot of sales volume going on. The other thing that we look at is the number of reviews. If all of the products have a ton of reviews, then that's one of the things that's also going to make it more competitive and much harder to create your own sales. And then the other thing that we also look at is the monthly sales volume and the revenue, right? So preferably what we're looking for is something with moderate sales volume, right? We look for at least somewhere around 10,000 plus for sales volume. We're also looking for a low number of reviews. So when we look at this one, if you look at the column all the way to the right, we see how many reviews each of these products have. And you can see that, you know, there's a few of them with over 1,000 reviews, but there's also ones that, you know, only have a couple hundred reviews. And so that's kind of a good indicator that this is something that we might be able to compete with. And then as far as the bestseller rank goes, we don't want anything that has a bunch of really high ranking products. And we also don't want something that has just a ton of really low ranking products. Okay, we're kind of looking for that middle ground here. And there's a lot of other factors that you may want to take a look at, and there, you know, different tools will give you different information, but these are kind of the main things that we look at when we're first doing our product research. Step 2 is then, once you find some good products that you're considering selling on Amazon, you need to find a manufacturer for that product. And the great news is that there are tons of manufacturers who are willing to compete for your business. You can find these on Google. Alibaba is another one where people find their manufacturers. But what you want to do is you want to contact several manufacturers and get quotes from all of them. And you'll be very surprised as to the range of prices that you'll get from different suppliers for basically manufacturing the exact same product. But once you've kind of narrowed it down to the best quotes that you've gotten, you want to request samples of those products from those manufacturers. Okay, and then once you receive those samples, you need to test them out extensively and find the best one. And then once you have the best product with the best price, that's when it's time to order your inventory. While your inventory is being produced, that's when you want to start designing your packaging and your inserts. Okay, and your manufacturer can sometimes do this for you. Most of the time, you probably want to get this professionally done. So you can go to places like Fiverr to get this done. Fiverr is a place where you can find a bunch of freelancers. Upwork is another one. 99 Designs is a place where you can run a contest where a bunch of designers will compete, and you'll have a bunch of different package design ideas from a bunch of different designers, and you can pick the winner. And so that's a great way to get some packaging done. Design Crowd is another thing, another one like that, and CrowdSpring. These are all places where you can run contests where designers will compete for your business. From my experience, you typically get what you pay for. Okay, so I typically just don't go to Fiverr to get product packaging done. I know other people that do, and they love it. You know, once they find a good person on Fiverr to do work, they can just go to them over and over again. But from my experience, you just typically just get what you pay for. Step number 4 is once your product has been manufactured, you've got the packaging and design all figured out, then it's time to ship your product to Amazon. Okay, and if you're importing from China, which, you know, for a lot of things you're probably going to be importing from China, you're going to want to use a freight forwarder. Okay, you also want to get your inventory inspected in China before it leaves. Okay, because you can inspect it once it gets over here in the United States, but you know, if you find something wrong, it's pretty costly to send it back and get another shipment. So you typically want to get that inspected in China before it comes over here. But you definitely want to use a freight forwarder, because importing products from China is quite a process. So using a freight forwarder is just so much easier of a way to get that done. Step number 5 is you need product images. And you can do these yourself. I mean, depending on the type of product and what your competition is doing, you can sometimes do this yourself. But the photos that you use for your product are very important for converting sales. Okay, it's one of the top things that are that's going to convert sales for you. So, like I said, you can do this yourself, but for the most part, we always get ours professionally done. Okay, and there's a bunch of places that will do professional product photography for you. It's just a matter of doing a Google search and finding someone that's going to do it for a good price. Next step, step 6, is to create your product listing. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of copywriting that goes into this. So copywriting in your headline and in your description and in your bullet points. And you've also got images that you're going to want to add to your listing. And there's also some keyword stuff that you want to do here, because one of the benefits of being able to of selling on Amazon is when you can actually get your product listing to rank. Okay, so for example, if I type in barbecue gloves and on the first page your product comes up, that's like guaranteed organic sales without having to pay for any advertising. And that's really what the goal is here, is to get on that first page of search results for the search terms that people are most likely to search for. So that's really the goal here. Once you've created your product listing, now it's time to promote your listing. Obviously, when you have a brand new listing, it's not going to be ranking on page 1. Okay, so you're going to need to do some promotion on social media. We prefer Instagram and Twitter for our free traffic. For whatever business we're doing, Instagram and Twitter we've always used for just a ton of free traffic, and it's just been the most reliable source of traffic for us. But in addition to that, you've also got native ads on Amazon, and that's what you see in the screenshot here. Whenever you see those sponsored listings, those are just done with Amazon ads. Instagram ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. You can also do things like influencer marketing. So if you know a blogger, or if someone has a Facebook group, or someone is an Instagram influencer in your niche, those are people that you can contact, and for a fee you can typically get them to promote your stuff. So that's another way to make a bunch of sales, and you can pay them a flat rate, and sometimes you're paying them an affiliate commission as well. And there's other ways to get traffic, but these are pretty much the main ones that most people are doing. So in a nutshell, 7 steps to selling on Amazon: product research, finding a manufacturer, packaging and design, importing and shipping, product photography, creating your listing, promoting your listing. There's actually a lot, within these steps, there's a lot of other things that you need to do. Okay, this is not something that's going to be fast or easy. Okay, to get our first product up and live on Amazon, it took several months. Okay, this was not something that you can just do within a matter of days or weeks or even a month or two. It's probably going to take several months if you're starting from scratch. Because here's the thing, okay? You do not want to mess around and make mistakes when you're setting things up or when you're selling on Amazon, okay? Because breaking the rules can be very costly. There's certain ways that you have to do things, and certain rules that you need to follow in order to keep in good standing with Amazon. And breaking those rules can mean that you lose your Amazon seller account permanently. And the thing is, when you lose your Amazon seller account, it's very unlikely that they're going to let you open up another one. So you want to make sure that you're following the rules, you're doing everything correctly. So, I mean, if you're a beginner, the #1 training program that we recommend is going to be something that is going to be able to give you one-on-one help, so that when you have questions, you can get them answered, because a lot of people have specific questions about very specific things. And it's very important that you're going to be able to get that one-on-one help. Also, it's going to be important to connect with a community that can answer your questions whenever you have them. And for us, when we were getting our first product up and live on Amazon, those are 2 things that were the most valuable to us, was getting the one-on-one help, and also being able to connect with a community that could answer our questions whenever we had them. Because I tell you what, through those 7 steps, we had a ton of questions. There are a lot of Amazon training courses out there, and what I would say is that I would not go cheap on this. Because for the investment that you have to put into an Amazon business, because you have to pay, obviously you have to pay for your inventory, you have to pay for the shipping, you have to pay for the packaging, you have to pay for the product images. You have to put in a big investment up front before you ever make a sale. Okay, that's kind of the downside of doing a physical products business. There's a lot of investment that goes in up front before you ever make a sale. And if you try to go cheap on things like training, that's where you're going to really risk your investment. If you're following a training program that just kind of leaves you hanging, they don't give you the one-on-one help, they don't give you the community that you can ask questions in, you're really selling yourself short. What you're going to be doing is you'll be getting a training course, and then you'll have to pay for coaching on top of that, because you're going to want somewhere where you can get your questions answered. So the training program that we recommend above all others, and we have several of these, the best one out there for beginners, if you're starting from scratch, you can find just by clicking the link in the description of this video. It'll take you to a video where you can learn all about it. But go ahead and click that link in the description to learn more about that. That's the training program that we go back to every single time we have a question. Okay, of all the training programs that we have, whenever there's something that we get stuck on, that's a training program that we go back to. That's a community that we go in and we ask the questions in. Okay, is this one right here. So click the link in that description to learn more. Like I said, Amazon FBA is one of those things that we are really excited about right now. If you want to be able to build a business that you can someday sell for 7 or 8 figures, or sometimes even more, then this is definitely something that you want to be looking at. I know that this is something that we are really excited about, and I hope you got a bunch of great value out of this video. Once again, go ahead and click the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Also, be sure to like this video and leave a comment below. Once again, this is Todd Getz from toddandleahrae.com, and I'll catch you next time.